Hello YouTube. Today I'm at Watkins Glen in central New York. It's in the Finger Lakes, and this is the lower falls, or the lowest falls. And you can see how the walls are curved from the different levels of water and the layers of sedimentary rock. This glen was formed about 12,000 years ago, about 21,000 years ago. This whole area was covered in ice. Last ice age, when the ice started to melt and recede, the water, sand, rocks, and everything pouring down through this area formed Glen Creek and formed this beautiful glen. I'm going to walk up it. It's about a 1.5 mile long trail, and I think it goes up about 800 feet. So let's get going and see what beautiful sights we can see. Obviously it took a lot of effort to build this trail, to tunnel up through here. During the Depression, the CCC, Civilian Conservation Corps, came in here in 1935, arrived 3 days before a massive flood that they called a flood of the century. 11 inches of rain fell in 48 hours, raised the level of this creek by 80 feet. And a lot of these rock walls and this bridge were built by them. And it's a very narrow gorge, quite tall, but very narrow. So the water really rushes down through here and gets some beautiful shots. It goes without saying, you're walking through a gorge, you got to worry about the steps being a little wet, slippery, as well as some of the trail being muddy. What's cool in this area is if you look closely, these little ripples are the ripples in the sand of the ancient stream bed. So if you ever go to a lake and look at the ripples in the sand, think of them as this, turned into rock. This series of falls is known as staircase falls, and you can imagine first step, second step, third step. You can really get an idea of how this water has smoothed off the rocks over here, and where in ancient times it must have formed a swirling pool and carved that smooth area out of the back. And with the force of the water coming off of here, it overshoots the lip, and we get to go underneath. This tunnel's really cool, is that we're on the underside of one of those shale layers, and you can see the impression that the little ripples in the sand left in the layer above. Now this one's called Central Cascade, and I'm guessing it's the halfway point. But it's beautiful. So we get to go underneath that feeder stream and see if the camera works underwater. Knock, knock, knock. Now here's a good example of the water coming down and swirling in a pool and carving out those curved spots on the outside. and on the inside. There's a series of them as it found softer rock. You don't feel like hiking back down that gorge trail that I came up. You take the Indian Trail, which goes up and follows the rim down and around, but I'm going to go back down this way and get some still shots. Now that I've reached the 1 mile point or a little bit past it, and it's flattened out, uphill there's just a visitor center from what I'm told, and I don't think I want to hike up there. It's starting to rain and it's getting heavier, so I'm going to head back down to the bus, get some dry clothes on, and get on the road, see what I can find. But take a look after this, and don't click off right away. I'm going to put up a bunch of still shots of the various falls, and I hope you enjoy those. See you later, YouTube, and bye. This is Central Cascade, the bridge across the other side. So up ahead here, we get to go underneath the feeder stream. Comes from way up there at the top of the gorge.